Hey there, how you doing? John Winters here with horse racing tips for Saturday the 26th of July. Well, this video starts with a 5 pence each way Lucky Goliath, 10 pence each way Lucky 15. I've had two races where I've had forecast and a tri-cast. What I will say today is have an opinion and stick to it. Then you'll either win or lose, but at least you've stuck to your opinion. My opinion today is that it's going to be low numbers on the straight course at York. That won't come as a surprise to most people because yesterday you could clearly see, I was a bit concerned, don't get me wrong, after the first race on the round course, the edge towards the middle, and I know that one of the race analysts, the Chris Dixon, did say it looks like they're coming near side. But when they came to the straight course, they kind of came down the middle, but if you notice, then some edge towards the far side, and the far side had it, which is low numbers on the straight course. So I've looked at the weather forecast, and in York, there's a little bit of drizzle. That shouldn't be enough to get in the ground. It shouldn't be enough to nullify the, but if that's the right word, but I'll use it, to nullify the draw bias or potential draw bias. So I am going for low numbers. I am sticking to my guns. I'll be honest, it's my kind of racing today because there's big fields and there's a lot of places up for grabs. So if you are placing the bet, follow me pound for pound. I don't advise it because I've staked a fair amount today. Let's get rid of the sound. Well, not get rid of the sound, get rid of the sound controls. So what I would say is I've gone for some big prices. There's some very interesting angles. I can't go into too much detail about them. What I will say is if I do like them, I will tell you to have a look for yourselves. What I want to do now, I want to show you something. I want to show you a free bet that I do believe is not just for me, I think it's for everybody. So you can't see my mouse at the moment, but I'm clicking home on Sky Bet. So let's forget that one because I'm going to show you this one in play, live in play. Here we go. So there's normally a tick box. I've already ticked the box. So bet £5 on women's Euros final. Receive a £5 free bet. Interesting. I think, Charlie, I don't want to bet on the women's Euros. No, neither do I. But just watch me. I haven't placed any bet on the women's Euros yet. I don't know how much you can see. So let's get into it. So I think it said, oh, I forgot. I didn't see place for five. I think it said place for fiver. Spain, £5 place bet. But Charlie, there's your £5 free bet. Yeah, but Charlie, all you've done is follow what they've said. But you get a bit worried. Where is it? Must be evening kickoff. I didn't even look. There's your £5 on Spain. I think I'll have that farther back, thanks. There you go. £5 free bet for placing a bet, then cashing out. Because we changed his minds. In the end, we thought, I don't fancy Spain. Hey, you get my gist. So, I'll just show you how to have a free bet. I don't know if it works with the other one. I'm so changed my mind all the time. I know I said stick to my guns, but I've changed my mind. I was going to have a bet on Spain, but I've changed my mind now. So what's this one? Bet £10 on Australia versus British Lions. Get £5 free. Let's have a bet in this. So undecided when it comes to placing bets. So let's put £10 on the draw. Right. Oh, I think I made a mistake there. I'll tell you what. No, I'm not going to have that. There you go. Just for you. £10, £5 free bet. Doesn't even say what you have to place it on. So there you go. All you need to do, thank me by giving a like. So you've received, so due to my indecisiveness, I've now received £10 free bet. I was going to have a bet on the women's Euros, but it's kicking off too late, so I've cancelled it. I was going to have a bet on the British Lions, but I placed the bet in error on the draw. It's never a draw. Well, it's very rarely a draw, so I cashed out. But kind Sky Bet have given me the £10. I appreciate that, but I'm putting it straight back on. Anyway, I think you get me gist with that. 5p each way Goliath. So the first selection is Insigal in the 130 at Chester. Right, this horse is mainly for the fact that I think it might go to the front. If it doesn't, I don't fancy it. The reason why I'm hoping it goes to the front is because it's very well handicapped now, and Joe Fanning's on board. I'm a massive Joe Fanning fan. I think he's still one of the best jockeys that's riding. If you've got a horse on a certain like track favouring, not track favouring, if you've got a course that favours a particular kind of race style, held up, front runner, draw bias, I think normally Joe Fanning, not on so much on held up, but front runners around a course that can favour front runners. I think is a very smart jockey still. I think he still uses a lot of tactics from Mark Johnson, where basically they just, apart from unless they're kind of bolting, it tends to not really hold them back. I think it's really like, and I've never even sat on a horse, but he seems to be really light on the reins, where he lets them break. He allows them to settle down, positions them, and normally that's normally towards the front, and he'll settle them in front, and then he gradually ups it, and he can just is a very I think he's very good with the pace. Saying that, if this horse is held up, I don't fancy, but if it goes straight to the front, it is on a dangerous mark. And I will tell you another horse later on, what it's called Nazran, which I'd fancied at a huge price, but it never was a huge price. It's second favourite in the Jump Jockeys flat race with a good draw, but I still can't have it. It was a tentative large price selection that Nazran was, but I can't have it second favourite. But it looks like it's been plotted for that race, but I just think there's more value in the race. Anyway, Insigal in the 130 at Chester, paying first 4. The next selection is Amberia. 4 places. Bearing in mind, I set to these last night, and all I've done, I've clicked on them again, not looked at them again. So I'm going from memory. But Amberia in the 140 at Ascot. This horse, I think it's trained by David Loughnane. This horse is right up there with some of the horses in this race. It ran in a decent race where the Rod Millman horse it's not called this. It's called something like Inshallah. It won the Nubra Sprint. Last weekend? Well, it beat that horse last time, but I think it was also beaten by another horse that's in this race. But in my opinion, it is only a decent price. I think it's 11s because of the trainer, David Loughnane, because he's not really a fashionable trainer, although he is doing well, and I think he's really stepped up from being just an all-weather trainer to now mixing it. And I think he knows what he's doing. He's got his son, but his son, I don't think his son's on this, Billy Loughnane, but he's doing really well for himself. Seems a likable person. Now, watching the Basher Watts video the other day, and he seems, although he looked very smart, he looks very down to earth still. Obviously, he's made a lot of money already. Could go to his head, and still might. But yeah, seems quite grounded. This is one of the most interesting horses of the day. I can't believe the price, although I still left the price because I think it's been backed in from 33s to 22s. But I'm hoping it just drifts out. The horse is called Rock Opera in the 2 o'clock at York. I think the draw bias is perfect for this because this horse normally stays on well, and I think it's drawn something like 2. It's got Kieran O'Neill on board, which is not a bad jockey. And if this is favouring the low numbers and potentially very favourably, well, they're paying first 6. So let's say nothing can really win outside the first 12, possibly. You've got a 50-50 chance, possibly, of. Maths is not my strong point, but a 50-50 chance of getting this placed at 22-1 at the first 12. Don't get me wrong, it might not even, the draw bias might not even take place like it did a little bit yesterday. But normally, I've seen over the years now that the vast majority of time, this jump jockey race, most of the horses on the near side have absolutely no chance. And that comes from experience because I've been backing those horses at times. Then I woke up to the draw. And the draw normally is and the ground, when there's been rain, not on the morning, I'm on about in the days leading up to it, as the ground is gradually drying out, you will find that they tend to run down the middle and edge towards the far side. I think you saw that in one of the races yesterday. So Rock Opera, it'll be staying on. It'll be one of them that's probably going quite well, and you can see it making ground hand over fist, but might not quite get there. But it doesn't matter at 22-1 for place. Next selection is Cajole in the 220 at Ascot, 4 places. So I've gone for this horse because every single run, its racing post rating has improved. I say quite dramatically. I think it starts off something like 60 something, 70 something, 80 something, 90 something, or something on them lines. And I'm just thinking, if it carries on like that, it's definitely got a chance for place. It's John and Thady Gosden. They're in decent form. They had first and second in one of the races yesterday, and I just think it's got a decent chance. So it's Cajole in the 220 at Ascot. Another horse that's very, very interesting is, and I think it's been overlooked by quite a few. Let me just have a quick drink. Hold on. This horse is another one that I fancied last night. Didn't place a bet, and I think it's a much smaller price. I think this one's also 22, 22s from 33s. It's Two Tribes in the 3 o'clock at Ascot, paying. I think it's first 6. So this horse, it's been running well, and even the Racing Post race, even the Racing Post analysis said this horse has been running consistently, but on a long losing run. Well, I don't care. They're paying first 6. It's 22-1. Could well be bigger than that because it's an unfashionable trainer. It's one of the Spencers. I'm not sure which one it is. It's either Seb Spencer or Richard Spencer. I don't know, and it doesn't matter. Both are capable of readying horses. In fact, I think it's Seb Spencer. But when I've said that, I'm probably completely wrong. I think I've actually backed both of those trainers today. Right. My favourite trainer only because he can really plot a horse. And you can normally spot it a mile off. This horse has won this race before. This horse has now finally got a decent draw, and normally when it goes to the front, it is really difficult to pass. It's got an okay draw. It's drawn 9. Personally, I'd say that is perfect because I actually don't think you want to be drawn 1 because it means you have to come. They never race hugging the far side rail. They're normally about 4 horse widths off it. So in my opinion, you want to be drawn anywhere from 4 to no more than 10. So I think drawn 9 Birkenhead, it should go straight to the front, or at least be in the first 3. It needs to be no worse than first 3. It is very difficult to pass, and I think this horse has won this race before. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, and I think it's either running it once since or running it every year and always been drawn poorly. It's not a huge price. I think it's 14s, but I think this has definitely got a chance, and it's got Jonathan England on board. Okay, jockey, not bad. Standard. Birkenhead in the 320 at York. Bearing in mind, I am kind of, as I said at the beginning of the video, I have took a view on the draw. If I'm wrong, we're probably struggling a bit, especially the Rock Opera one because it's drawn 2. But Birkenhead, even if it's favouring high numbers, it's drawn 9. It could come over. But as I said, I'm sticking to my opinion and going for low numbers. The next selection is Bowood in the it's not. It's in the 425 at York. So this one, I think it's also trained by Ivan Furtado. I think Ivan Furtado has potentially got 3 really good chances today. I'm even tempted now. I've got some money in my account. Bowood, I believe, is one of them. Insigal is one of them, and that Nazran. So now I've said that, I cannot not place the bet. I might just have a small tricksy on those 3. I've virtually had every single horse that's running. Bowood in the 425 at York. This horse has consistently either met trouble or given too much to do. If they're aiming at this race, it's coming here in fine fettle because it's running well but being given too much to do. Well, that's the perfect thing for as in like being given too much to do. It's trying its hardest from like uncompromising positions, being too far back. So I just think that given half a chance today, especially when today might be the day for the stable, um, I think it's 28-1, which is bonkers. I do remember seeing this horse. I think it was at Ripon, and it was flying at the finish. Well, Ellie Mae Croot normally rides this. She's rode it for weeks, months. I think it must be its last 12 races. I think it's every single race for Ivan Furtado. This is the first time she's not been on it, and Tom Eves is on it. Interesting. Right, another big price, and it's Richard Farley again. Tuscan Point in the 5 o'clock at York, 5 places. I actually can't remember about this horse. I just know it's got a decent chance. I think it's been messed around with. I think this is one of the more like fingers crossed selections. Right, what's going off now? So I'm going to keep scrolling because I know this is included in another bet. Right, yeah, what it is. So what I've had is I've had singles each way, an each way accumulator, and this is all combined into an each way. Forget those. It's the bets here. 10 pence each way. Lucky 15. Each way singles and an each way accumulator. So I basically added the horses that I've had already. Insigal in the 1:30 at Chester. Rock Opera in the 2 o'clock at York. Two Tribes in the 3 o'clock at Ascot. And I've gone for this one. Draw, and this is based on the draw. I looked at this horse, Rebecca Menzies and Nathan Moscrop. It's a stable jockey. He's got to have ridden this at home. She's now given the chance to possibly have a flat ride, possibly even a flat winner. It's drawn 2. It's a 9-year-old. It's got it all to do, but they're paying first 6. I just think that if it is favouring low numbers, this has got a huge chance. You saw yesterday, I think it was in the final race, the far side, the horses were in front, the middle were not too far behind them, and the near side were even further behind. I'm not talking national hunt distances, I'm talking a bias. I'm just hoping that that bias isn't nulled today by the rain. So Arnhem, I think, is definitely interesting selection. Right. Right, this is... So in the 2 o'clock at York, I've gone for a combination forecast and a combination tricast. It's a 25 pence combination forecast and a 10 pence combination tricast. So the selections are Jungle Drums, Osborne, that's who trains it, Rock Opera, Pocklington, and Jubilee Walk. I've had to try and eliminate some of the more fancied horses. This probably brings the house down if it comes in, but obviously we've had smaller stakes. I might even get a clickbait title if that comes in. These are the lucky 15 from earlier. Right. The 320 at York, another possible draw bias. So you can see the Nazron that I've had. It's a 25 pence combination forecast, 10 pence combination tricast, Nazron, Protest Rally, Birkenhead, and Arnhem. Draw bias based. There's the tricast. There's Arnhem in the lucky 15 bet. Right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the I'm going to place the Ivan Furtado bet. So what we're looking for, if you don't watch the racing, we're looking for tomorrow is Ivan Furtado in a 4.2 million accumulator to £1. So there's the Insigal. And this is where I forget the other one. Oh, Nazron, weren't it? I think that was in the 320. (15-2), that absolutely stinks. That tells me there's a job. What was the other one? Insigal, Nazron, and You're probably all shouting in that moment. Let's have a quick look. Nasron Insigal. Oh, you're joking me. This is driving. What was it? Insigal. Nasron. Apologies for this. This is just my memory that's failing. Live on TV. God, there's another one there. Can't include that, surely. Let's have a quick look. Almirado Prince. Can't, can I, surely? Get lost. No. Forget that. It's probably not 100 to 1 chance, but... Right, I'm looking for... There's Nasrun, so it's not that one. Ah, I've just seen it, Ivan Fatard. No, it's not that one either. Or is it? I can't believe. Tell you what, I am actually including that. Because it's run well off a high mark. It's had a day out. Right, I'll be including that. What we're really hoping for is an Ivan. It's got another one there. This is getting a bit ridiculous now. A lot of his horses have got chances. It's the kind of thing I look for. No, I can't have that, even though it's a short price. So I know I've had Tuscan Point, but I am going to include Seed Investor, but that isn't the horse I'm looking for. At one point it was a quite organised video. Now it's turned into nonsense, and it's currently raining now. I'm sat outside, so my laptop screen's getting wet. The mouse is going to stop working. Tell you what, I do definitely fancy Seed Investor over Pearly Squirrel, both by Ivan Furtado. I can't believe I'm placing a bet for Ivan Furtado for a 5-timer. That's it, is there, look, Bowood. So actually what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use the free bet. I bet there's nobody even watching this video at this point. It's gone on for ages. I don't think I can place a free bet. Yeah. Bonkers. Bonkers staking plan. Who cares? Right, we're on. I think I've got an interest in every single extra place race. So I wish the very best of luck. If anybody's still here, you can give me a like, give me a subscribe, or don't share the video. Anyway, I wish the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.